Hey everybody, welcome back. We took a short break. We're back now. I was hungry. And we're back in Baldesion for a little bit. We've got some BA coming soon. Alright, I guess I hit that too early on. Yep. A little frustrating. I just wasn't really paying attention. Alright. Once we've got another 20 million metal, we'll get another HP buff. Put us at 7 out of 10. I only get a silver on that. Oh, I know part of the problem. Oh, go away, Nimrod. Part of the problem is I don't have an essence. Alright, seriously, go away, Nimrod. I would like to go get an essence before this stupid thing is done. Or is active. Go away, Nimrod! Hey, we're getting pretty close to level 88. That is a hideous bow. Guys, get out the way. We got 30 minutes until Baldesion Arsenal. See, let's take a look and see what our Got enough time for a couple more. Looks like Lovro might be spawning here. Guys, we should have enough time to did spawn. By the time I get up there, it's not even going to be worth it. Yay, level 80, yay. And Lovro's still up. So we'll go kill him now. Because everybody was over there. Marial is the only one still up. Over doing that, I wouldn't have even dodged. Let's see if we got any parties ready for BA. Not yet. But we'll go ahead and switch over. Warrior. Go ahead and check and see if we got people in. Here. BNBA main chat. We're already muted. Good. And then 16 minutes from now, we are... Which party are we? Party 5. Go ahead and go to Pigano. How goes everybody? I'm doing all right.
Rocking here.
I will be back shortly, probably before parties start forming up.
Group 2, you had more than 8 people sign up, so just make sure the bold ones are in the party. And that Dion person is going to have to be the bench player, but he received the password just to let you know. Right.
Wait till you make some noise like it.
No, I didn't make any noise. What you talking about?
Waiting for you to start serenading us.
Oh no, that's you.
Oh, I'm not singing at all. What are you talking about?
That's you.
Give it a shot. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, man, there's a lot bad that could happen if I start
Yeah.
singing.
Like we all just hang up the call.
Yeah, what
just-
are the odds of that?
Yeah, what's the odds of just letting ballpark just go in and everybody leave and leave them in there?
That's a disaster.
Oh no. We all go in normally, and then we all leave them there.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, no, the best time we would leave is just leave right when we're fighting Radiant. Just let them leave alone.
Oh, God. Well, I'm on a healer, so that's going to be a disaster.
I blame Pickle.
So group 6 is going to move. We do have a slot, so if you didn't get into the run and you're going to heal, just let me know.
No, I'm warming my bench here. I'm good.
I will happily heal.
Yeah, let's hope I don't get kicked out of Osmo like last night.
How often do people get kicked out?
There's generally at least a couple deaths per run, what I've seen. I don't think I've only had one fully clean run.
Sometimes 56 people die.
There's this, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just wasn't sure if it was like something that happens often, or if it
I
was
think
like
on
just...
average, there's probably 10 to 15 deaths, but probably only like 4 or 5 people that get sucked out.
I certainly enjoyed the Red Mage limit break last night.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I found out the hard way calling that CACbot, because I usually have it running for logs. It doesn't call anymore, and I don't really rely on that, but it doesn't call mechanics, so when I couldn't see what was happening, I'm like, well, I hope that the Red Mage LB is done in time to call what's coming next.
Well, I was the red mage who excelled bomb south, so I killed myself.
Nice. Wait,
I was the summoner who excelled northeast.
so say northeast on last night's run,
And-
northeast got excelled on.
That
Oh,
Excel bomb
Jesus,
killed like
horrible.
it killed
No,
like
it's not really
everybody
not
on that
supposed to be.
platform
It's
except me
northeast.
and like 2 other people.
I excelled bomb first, northeast.
Yeah.
Well, my biggest pain was I was trying to follow BA Dad Marg around to heal him, and I couldn't tell he was trying to help out northeast and south both as like a tank, and I came in to heal him specifically. So I'm like following him around while trying to keep him topped up, and also call the run at the same time. I had no idea what was going on, so I'm literally just like put him on follow. Like, I hope this works out while we're doing.
Oh no.
Oh, that was a mess.
Yeah, I saw that Excel bomb go off on Northeast, and I look over, my whole party's dead, and I went, well, I guess I'm glad I'm a warrior.
Yeah, at that point, because I think that people survived the Excel bomb, but the bleed was going off at the same time. It's like, that's a really tough
It was-
recovery. You basically
it was
pray
bad.
that your remember talks.
There were a lot of people that just straight up died from the Excel bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, was
That
that
was me.
last night?
I felt really bad about that. Misplaced meteors have been the things that have booted me out of every Osmo run so far, so I was focused on the meteors instead of the Excel bombs.
And then weren't you
Yeah.
the one that walked in like soaked an orb with me?
Yeah, because the previous run I did, the tank had the stack marker as well, and no one popped in to get the second orb, so I went, oh shit, right, I have to save the tank, and then I was like, oh, no I don't.
I'm going to soak this orb, and I just see this little summoner walk up, and I'm like, well, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Saw that on Northeast. I was like, what the hell was that guy doing there?
There's one 7,000 damage in full defense.
Fruitless sacrifice, go!
Felt so stupid.
Those are the kinds of things that make a run fun, though. Like when you can sit back and just cackle about it later.
Yeah.
Just happy like I didn't wipe the run.
Look, killing myself being stupid, that's something like killing other people, that's something I have to take seriously because that impacts their experience.
Yeah, I definitely killed a couple people last time.
Yeah.
So remember, when you get the Excel bomb, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
No. It's you walk into your whole group and try to kill them. What?
You say it must be nice to have people say that you worry about their experience because when I play with like Pork and Mark, they like try to rescue me off the platform intentionally. I have to like see what they're doing, get ready for it, and then pop my knockback in so they can't rescue me off the platform.
That's what inner release is for.
I mean, I do that consistently to my FC mates, so yeah, I feel you there.
Yeah, well, one time Pork did it for me during a run that I was hosting, and I'm like, this is so fucked right now. And then she's like, she said on voice chat, don't worry about it, I'll take over if you don't bounce. It's literally how this went down. I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm not calling anymore.
Yeah, last night's run was kind of interesting. Even support was it was like, I thought we had Dispel.
Oh, man,
Also my bad. I did have Dispel. I just had never casted it before and didn't realize there was actual cast time.
Oh.
So I tried casting it on meteors with not enough time left on meteors.
Sorry to interrupt for just 1 second. Hello, and welcome everyone. All the parties are up. The ones that are already full look like they're good to go. Everyone has a tank and healer. But if you haven't joined yet and you're already signed up, make sure you join a party. I'll give this just a couple more minutes and then I'll post the passwords to anybody who's in voice. And the rest of the slots will be free for all.
I'm just sitting on a bench inside.
Since not main tanking tonight, I'm guessing blue DPS over Imdon.
Yes, you should, for sure.
Logos and yeah, in general, you want to prioritize damage if you're not a main role like a main tank.
It doesn't mean you can't tank.
Yeah.
What time are we?
We'll be going in about 4 minutes from now.
Okay.
I'll post the passwords in about 4 to 5 minutes for any slots that are left from everybody who is not here. Yeah, Omni should be at 16 after.
We'll be back in time.
I'd just like to say thank you for hosting this. I appreciate it.
Oh, don't say that's gonna go right to green's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
yeah, this is my first time through this, so I'm already loving the dynamic of this group.
It's going
You're
right to
good.
green's head.
You're in good hands.
It's a good time, regardless.
Oh yeah. So who was it? Who was it that finished the first run?
Yeah, it's great.
Okay, but I'll make sure I make sure.
We'll be watching you for sacrifice.
Which group are you?
I'm on 4. I'm on 4, and I do
perfect.
have Spirit of the Remembered on, so.
I'm in group 3, so we'll be at the same platform. That's what I'll be in.
So really quick, just to go into logos, what you can do now, at bare minimum, I would recommend you have at least fundamentals and conceptuals. You can make nearly everything you need just from those, and they are not too expensive. 20 or 30 of each would be plenty.
I have, right now for my 3 sets, I have Wisdom of the Fiend Hunter and Spirit of the Remembered, Wisdom of the Skirmisher and Death L, and Wisdom of the Skirmisher and Recast Rapid.
The kicker with that is that when you use like one plate that has the one thing with it, the wisdoms get overwritten with another. Or they get overwritten when you pop one plate. So you have the one that's Fiend Hunter and Remember, but if you were to use that, the spirit will stay up, but the wisdom will lose that when you pop it. So essentially what you're going to end up doing, and I would recommend this, is you would pop that one that has Fiend Hunter and Remember. You'll use the Remember, but then you're going to end up using the Skirmisher Death, and the Fiend Hunter's going to go over. So you kind of wasted that, but it is more worth it to use the Skirmisher Death after you use the
Okay. Remember will persist. Yeah.
Regardless, it may take you up to that thing, but I counteract while requesting to do that. You could pop that one plate, and you can buy that
Real quick, I'm gonna post the passwords for the last couple of slots. Right now, in game, you'll want to be looking in the private Adventuring Forays tabs. That's where the groups are located, and there is a slot in 2 of the groups as well as support. And I'm gonna post that in the EA sign-ups channel. I'm gonna do that in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And if it doesn't fill up, I'm already inside. Waiting to come.
Yeah, I was messing with Fiend Hunter a little bit earlier before coming in here, and I'm loving the amount of damage it does.
Yeah, I think that Mark went over the
Party leaders can go ahead and take your, go ahead and zone into hide items, and double check your level 60. You will not be able to go to BA unless you are before we engage Omni. And it looks like we're in the same instance as before. So yeah, so Omni should be spawning in about 10 minutes. The second thing is, if this is your first time to BA, head over to the Expedition Scholar in base camp near Garrett and talk to them. If they have a talking prompt that says obtain an etheric stabilizer, you are good to go for BA, and you do not need this item. You don't need a stabilizer. All you need is that talking prompt. That is simply the best indication that you are BA ready. And the reason we don't use stabs is we can make them, we can make it into main raid without them. Stabs will complicate the portal spawns, which I'll go into later. But for now, feel free to make any plates, appraise any logos you can. This will be your last chance to appraise, but you will have one last chance to make plates and adjust your Mage Will inside of BA, as there is a Mage Melder and Logos Manipulator just before we drop down to the first 2 bosses. However, you don't want to pop any expensive plates that you're intending to use in BA just yet. Wait till we're actually inside to use those. But as for what we'll bring, the most important one is Spirit of the Remembered, which can be made with Martialist, Aid the Weaver, and Plate Bearer. And these all come from conceptual holograms, which I alluded to before. So it's really cheap to make. And you make Spirit of the Remembered, you'll want to make it by itself. You'll pop that as soon as we get into BA, and then ideally pop another plate on top of that with at least a Wisdom. But Spirit of the Remembered, what it does is it gives you a 70% chance of automatic revival should you die in BA. And this is important because you cannot be raised normally. None of the healer spells or anything of the like work. You need a Spirit of the Remembered on you, and the only other way of getting you back up should the 70% chance fail you is a healer using Sacrifice L, which will guaranteed kill them, but they will also rely on that that gamble, essentially, from the 70% bounce chance from their Spirit of Memory. So, with that in mind, we have limited resources to get you back up, so the best thing you can do is prioritize your own survival above everything else. And as for what we use on top of that Spirit of the Remembered, as I mentioned, you'll want to have at least a Wisdom, and preferably a DPS one. Skirmisher or Martialist are preferable. You can make Skirmisher with Feint plus Martialist, which come from Fundamentals and Conceptuals. So again, it's really cheap to make. And what you can do is make a dual plate by putting that one recipe on the right side and another recipe on the left side of the Logos Manipulator. And you'll essentially craft 2 at the same time, one on the Astral and one on the Umbral. And on the other side, you can make something like Death L, which can be made with Raise and Dispel. And what Death L does is it gives you a chance to instantly kill any of the trash or adds on the bosses. So it's a really useful one, and it will greatly speed up things. And again, DPS wisdoms are preferable, as the more damage we deal, the less mechanics we'll see, and that lessens the chance you have of dying. So skirmisher, martialist, anything alike. If you're not a main tank, you are a blue DPS. Healers, you have a little bit more leeway as to what you can bring, but the most important one that you should make sure at least one of you is bringing is Refresh L. And this can be made with Aether Weaver, Cure 2, and Ordained. We will be spinning the Major Wheel very frequently in VA, as the enemies are varying elements, and we will, Refresh L, what it does, it grants increased major regeneration on every party. So it'll be invaluable while you're fighting the trash especially. And if you also have 2 healers, you can also choose to bring Bravery L. And this can also be brought on any caster as well. Bravery L gives you a 10% damage bonus. Then you can put on everybody in your party, as well as everybody in the raid, and it lasts 5 minutes. So it's a very useful one. Yeah. I'm getting ongoed. I'm calm.
Essentially what we need to say is healers are the only ones who can fight. Healers are the only ones who can fight. More deaths, no refresh before evening makes every world the same. That is the cycle of BA. Healers are the only ones who can refresh you. They are the only ones that can get you back up. If we have too many deaths, you risk losing refresh. Because those healers are not
And we do have a Goldie spawn if you want to head over to that. But the other last thing I want to mention was that any fairies that you find now, please do not shout them out. This is because they have limited charges, and ideally, we want to wait until after we kill Omni to take the fairies, just to make sure that we have those fairies up, and that we have the fairy buff as long as possible while we're inside, ideally the whole time.
With the 2 fairies posted.
Today might be the day.
Above us in our system shop.
Yeah, I got my first claw yesterday.
Great, yeah, so we have all those fairies posted in Baldesion Arsenal in the chat. So you can take a look there once we kill Omni. And we'll camp by the fairies after we kill Omni, wait just a few more minutes. And some blue portals are going to spawn, but we won't be taking the blue portals. These need to be taken in with the stab. As I alluded to before, we don't stab in on main raid. 3 minutes after blue spawn, we take the reds, and those can be taken with high stabs.
Somebody sporting a shiny new physio sax.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I brought some still going for it.
I'm scared of this party chat right now.
Yeah, I had it. I had it on another chest, so I didn't see it first. And then I heard bongo, so I had to tab in.
She just as if she was percepting. She set up as a perceptor. Thank God you asked.
I didn't remember.
I don't have my fantasy in front of me.
Alright, Omni should be spawning pretty soon, so you can make your way on over now.
And for anyone who's ever seen me pull,
I'm slightly terrified of what Mark's gonna do this run.
Bet, let's go.
He's just gonna harass everybody, don't worry about
it's
it.
a double edge and I'm looking at things. Again, as long as you have control of that one mob, it doesn't matter. As long as it's controlled, healer can work over control. You gotta let them control.
Like the spirit people.
Technically, you could successfully kill it. Just saying, pretty in front of you.
It's being cranked out with a few thousand kills.
All your bouncing Ozma balls are laggy like connects.
I didn't think I could be harassed enough last night. I'm getting harassed even more at this party. This is the worst party.
What do you mean? This is the best part.
No, it's not.
Naya, it would be
I
the
just
best
got
part.
called underwhelming
Hot
in
box.
party chat.
That's right. Exactly.
Oh no, the worst insult.
Oh man.
Yeah, it won't be there. Oh, Takira, you have party leave.
Thank God. Okay, so Omni gets on. Yeah, as soon as the minutes started taking over, just that unsureness. Is Omni ever going to spawn? Now he does. Alright, so go ahead and hit this. Thanks, you can go ahead and lob and get full credit for your group. Make sure you stand on. We're just going to do a nice burn on Omni. Hit noms and just try to get whatever stacks they can. In general, try not to use, and in general, try not to use any faint spells or as this will prevent any stacks. Yeah, we don't need 16. Get in. So in a second here, we'll get an ion shower marker on one person. Try and take it to the middle. Just make it easier for the noms to be able to. And there's an ion shower. We'll take that to the middle. And then make sure if you're melee, you get clear.
You see that, but I always try and shower. See that?
Try and take that middle if you can. Great. I didn't have any bits.
I watched Phil, Green, and Takir all run out of range.
Oh, we're all.
I was spamming for Ranger.
Spamming my shield.
Alright, sorry. Make sure you got at least one hit in an Omni before he dies. And you're also within the blue fate circle. If you are dead, just stay dead. You'll still get the buff while you're dead, but if you're on res animation, there's a chance you might. Alright, your party leader is going to put out a macro. Party leaders who need help getting that, hopefully everybody in the party can figure that out, or if you need assistance, please let me know. But this is going to designate which portal you'll be taking into BA. You can check the Baldesion Arsenal chat. A map is going to be posted in a second. That exclamation point.
I think
Somebody
the
knows.
bot, the bot has been broken for a while.
Okay,
so
somebody put it.
don't
Okay,
know.
great.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Um,
Just popped up.
we have someone who did get the buff to get the ADC.
Okay. We might be able to get in support. I don't know who's part of you for support, but if you could have them, if somebody from support wants to speak up, we can get them into support and get their get them in at AVA and Osmond East. So we're gonna head over to any ferries that have been found. There is one near the Bunny Fate in the middle and one just southwest, it looks like. And again, I mentioned we're just gonna wait a few more minutes. Try not to chain pop it. These have limited charges. Did everybody get their portal location figured out? Just to let me know. Get that sorted out. Alright, silence is usually a good sign. So 2 minutes from now, the blue portals are going to spawn. But again, we aren't taking the blue portals. We're waiting the extra 2 minutes after that and taking the red ones. So if you look at your ethereally primed blue buff, the man with the key on it, when it's about 5 or 4 minutes, feel free to walk inside that ferry as a group, take it, and just go wait by your portal until it turns red. Bring it back. We need it.
I just told the kid to good night.
No, Takir got it. So if you want to do this now, just look the /major auto command and shout chat, and you can make a macro for it to make it easy. As I mentioned before, the enemies inside BA are varying elements, so that command is going to make it easy to swap one major. And to set it to offensive, you can just press it once, twice for defensive, and the third time turn it off.
The bouncing here.
I got to ride that.
So I just hit that once, and then every time I target an enemy, it auto switches.
Yep. So sometimes it is ideal if you want to turn it off, just if you are rapidly switching targets. That way you can conserve your spins a little bit more. but it is quite useful, especially on if you're on Owen side, something like that.
Okay.
And if you didn't know about it,
Especially if you're on a controller.
You have Maggio, which is amazing. You wish you knew it earlier. I hated manually switching that stuff.
So if you have a long way to go, feel free to take that fairy buff and move to your portal location and just wait by until it turns red. And if you do have enemies nearby, just make sure you stay mounted. You can click the portal while in combat and mounted.
Thank you, Nana.
Yeah. Maybe we'll think about it.
I started posting the lyrics for you.
All right, we got about 1 minute on reds. So if you have a long way to go, feel free
Literally
to take that
posted the
ferry.
first like 6 lines of that song in our party.
Come on, Green. Come on and slam.
We're trying to get Green to sing the Space Band song.
Not now, come on.
Oh man, I wish I was in that party.
I'm losing it already.
This is the worst party. Do not worry about it.
I almost choked on my drink.
Before
Maybe
Naya
we can all
volunteered,
sing it after Ozma.
before
After
Naya
we all jam
volunteered
with
to heal,
Ozma.
we had 6 people who were about to chain DE in this party with just me healing. So that's
Oh,
how
no.
mean of this party this
Oh
is.
no.
Thankfully, Naya swapped the healer.
Yeah, you had to, ruin my fun. No, I'm just
Listen,
joking.
if I could go,
It's
I could
okay,
go
we heard
DPS.
that.
I could go DPS and handle it, but I can't solo heal that.
All right, reds are out. Head inside and welcome to BA. Make sure your Spirit of the Remembered is active, and it is at all times. So at least one backup is a good idea, especially if you're new. And again, this is your last chance to adjust your major wheel and make plates. Once you drop down from the ledge, it is a one-way trip. So be sure you're dropping on the right side and you have everything you need. We're gonna split the raid in half from here. We'll have groups 1, 2, and 3 on the art side, which is the one with the Logos Manipulator and white banner over the archway. And 4, 5, and 6, you're gonna be Owain side with the Mage Melder and purple banner. 1, 2, 3 art, Logos Manipulator, 4, 5, 6 Owain, Mage Melder. Go ahead and get your Protect and Shell on the bridge. Somebody will hit you with it. And once you are all satisfied with your preparations, you can start dropping down. And noms are just gonna do some quick refreshes. And then we'll get started. And we got Percy over, cool. I think it's just you, Percy. We got like 4 noms on this side now. Go ahead, Takir.
Stance off, beating the crap out of this. I won't marry them. These demon walls, as these tanks are holding them, as long as the tanks are throwing up something every once in a while, just watch that hit bar and just keep hitting them up until it looks like it's too scary to.
If you want to hit Big Green jumping near the art ledge, that would be appreciated. And if you're groups 1, 2, and 3, you could start dropping down on the art side wall and burn it down. You're good to go.
Oh, inside's good to go as well.
Perfect. And Lynn, if you want to call out a inside, that would be very appreciated.
Sure.
All right, and if you're not a tank with Guardian or Indom active, just leave that tank stance off for the majority of the instance until we do get to the support rooms. In general, you're going to be a blue DPS, and all the floor AoEs in BA can kill you, so make sure you watch your feet. In general, sleep is very good, when we use it on dangerous casts. Any large targets like the Progos, they're going to do something called Toy Hammer, and we can interrupt this with sleep. So always be watching for this cast. And additionally, they are a great target for Death Hell.
Just had 3 tanks, all bullshit. How did you... Mark them, they're actually trying to control.
And close, make sure you're not in front of them at any point. They will periodically lead the tank. And they will also turn to do magic hammer. But make sure that you're never next to the tank at any point. Always be watching. You are in your position. You understand what's safe spot. And if you don't already have food active, it's not a bad idea. How are we looking at this? So both sides can engage at the same time. Otherwise, I'll stay down. Anyone does a massive rewind, that'll wipe one side. That is why we need to engage at the same time and split up like this.
We have someone from Group 5 up on the wrong side.
Okay.
Redmond Bliss. He's a Reaper on our
Redmond
side.
Bliss. If we can have some healers on our side, mark them perfect. And toss them some heals, you won't be taking too much damage. Just follow around for the calls for art and you will be fine. Not a problem. Yeah.
25?
25. You got it. Luke 25's up to AB.
Okay, Owen side is ready.
Being past the purple line in BA is your consent to pull. So once we are all past that purple line, we'll start a countdown very shortly. So we are ready to go on both sides. And we're going to do a 25-second countdown starting in 3, 2, 1, 25. And if you're art side, you're listening to me. If you're a win side, you're listening to Lynn. And range after 5 on the countdown, you can start using your LBs. 5, 4, any LBs you have, and we'll get it started. Sides coming up with a tank buster. And out, you're either getting in, and then get in. And max range.
Inside we're getting to the fire screen.
The spears that Art does are going to mimic his actions. Watch where they are. Your inner part. We're going to get away from Art and just get away from both spears and Art. Away from both. And remember, be ready. Art, you should get to the edge of the arena near a spear. Away from the spears and then hug a spear. Hug a spear right now. Stop moving. Stop any kind of movement. Then pop your sprint here. Walk out of the blue lines. Oh. And just ahead of these 2 flights of stairs is a bomb trap, so make sure you don't proceed until that is found. Our perceptors need to make that visible.
Nice, Connectbot's calling stuff again.
Why do you need Connectbot? You got us.
It did an update, it's not gonna call Asma.
So the sprites are immune from Death L, but we want to make sure we're watching for their Banish to recast. If this ever goes off, it's going to do a ton of damage to the target, as well as some damage to everybody nearby, and it removes buffs. So another dangerous cast we can interrupt. And Calco's Bolt, another high priority target. You can use Death L on them. Make sure you're watching for their terrifying hits. This cast, and just do that. Make sure that we sleep this Centaur coming in when it casts Berserk. Sleep Centaur. Make sure you're watching your feet here. Second center coming in. And great. Once they are slept and their berserk is interrupted, they won't try and do it again. So they're pretty much a knock. Make sure we have a healer or any caster. And all loot in B8 is personal, so be sure to grab your chest on that back wall. Now to head over to Art. Everybody else can head up to the Ride Arena, those sets of stairs. Please each group make sure that you have up your way markers for Raiden. A to the north, B to the east, C to the south, and D to the west. If you're not an Indom tank, you just head up to Raiden. You don't need to come down here.
This run is not on me.
Alright, looks like everybody's ready over here.
Calling me out?
I'm calling everybody out. This is supposed to have fun. It's Friday night. You guys have the weekend off. I gotta go work. So have fun.
Our party is a beam and Green's just like, do what you want.
So much fun for me.
I feel like Green could literally just say, you guys know what to do and we'll be fine anyway.
This run has a lot of orbs already in it, but we're having fun. You guys got a 3-day weekend.
Our group is literally just eating trash because why not?
Nobody died on
Oh boy.
Rain or Mages, so it's already going better than last time.
Alright, we're gonna get started pretty soon. And we're gonna do another 25-second countdown for Ride-In. Starting in 3, 2, 1, 25. And we're gonna pull this to B next. Oh, I hear you. 5. If you have LBs, go ahead and use them. And pull it. Boss is starting off with a raid wipe. Hug him for easy shield. After it goes off, range will be positioned towards D. Melee. Once he casts Ominous Acapulco, the next cast here, join ranged at max range from the boss right now. Once he casts Ominous Acapulco. Get away from the boss now. Let's message flank area. Be inside the box for his cast on. You'll be good. One-shot KO. And we're moving to the deep some puddles. And we'll move to one side of the room. Leave it in 2. And we are moving to, popping right now, C. And another raid ride. So we'll get some nets and markers. If you have one of them, just take it out and don't overlap, and then just focus the box. Check over your head, take the bow out, and finish off right in. Alright, great job.
Yep.
Okay. If we have a healer that can volunteer, it looks like we have somebody already. In general, you can signify that you're going to be the one taking care of the sack if you jump over the body. That way we don't waste resources that way. Yes. looks like that just out there. Then we have the bounce back there.
This is how your guys playing somebody that they know to walk into. I know all your memories.
Alright, there's a trap just ahead of that chest, so please do not go any farther forward until that trap is found. There it is. Feel free to take your chest, and we're just going to be walking into the hallway, clearing out some more trash, and looking for an invisible portal at one of these rooms. It's going to be taking us to the sport rooms and spawning the fade outside. Portal Earth, awesome. Yep, these guys are going to leash. Oh, 6. Watch your... so we won't go any farther forward. We're going to have one more tank control all of the earth room to our left here. We're going to ignore the enemies and walk straight through to the portal. So no need to hit these enemies or heal. The portal is always in that spot at the back of the room. Watch your feet, head right in. And just to your right as you enter is another chest you can grab.
This is what we do for the Halloween run. If you find the portal, we feel nothing until the entire hallway is close to the everything.
Alright, hope everybody's through. Last call for anybody in the hallway. Alright, looks like we're good. Some more trash. We've all seen it before. Just make sure you're watching for those in the various compartments. Okay. Make sure a tank rolls down.
And I pulled it off here. Next time.
They were on me. Oh.
The tricks.
That's DPS, and I'll make it.
Watch out for the AoE from the Robo, and it's going to cast poison. Make sure you just reactivate that Spirit of the Member. Show your faces. And we'll finish off the last two ghosts in the hallway, and then we'll be splitting up into our support rooms and spawning the fate. So support people, make sure you're in position outside. Yeah.
What is the most thing brought up
Refresh, please. So if you're group 1, 2, and 3, left to right, if you look on your map, you're going to be in the top rooms, northwest, north, and northeast. And on the bottom, 4, 5, and 6. If you're the only tank in your party, turn your tank stance on. Let's do a quick refresh first. You're going to be tanking some ads as soon as all people stand in the portals in the center of the button. Good.
Stand there anyway.
And if you don't have Guardian or Indom active, it's a good idea to use Defensive Magia, especially if you don't have +2 elemental gear.
Dude, my healers are coming up with some really bad ideas over here, Green. They're talking gil value per refresh on monsters.
Once you're already tanks, make sure you stand on that button. And again, if you don't have Indom or Guardian, use that mitigation.
Dad?
Six wins.
Yeah, but then you can't be first. Exactly. Thank you.
You're cheating if you math your support rule. No, that's not. It's cheating.
And then before you get to these rooms, and let's be honest, we just need to train all the mobs through. We don't even need to kill them, so you just hold on and get guard.
Look, the faster a room opens up, the faster I can run to another room and use Searing Light pretending to buff them.
I'm still calling that out cheating.
Alright, we'll just be revisiting some hallways from before, and we'll be getting some chests in the rooms that we missed. Yeah, what's up?
As we go to do that, I want for everyone that look at your debuff bar and your buff bar. Does it irritate you as much as
It really
me
does.
that no raise and no Chocobo mount icon are not next to each other anymore?
Yeah, I noticed that bug as well.
I don't understand how no chocobo is a buff.
If you haven't noticed it, and you notice it now, you're welcome.
I think they changed after 6.1 because I remember after
Yeah,
I first
it's
wrote with
very
that,
recent.
I said no
Yeah.
chocobo, no raise icon. I was like, wait a second, it's not there. Where did it go? Like, I don't know where
It's
it is.
still side by side for me.
Really?
I can never unsee that.
The default thing moved chocobo over. Oh yeah. Default view has no chocobo. What you're talking about.
Was there a chest in there?
It's in the
These AoEs classic to gear. Yeah. I wanted to do one. Ideally, we're gonna leave these alive. There's still a trap in there, so make sure you don't hit it if you're not Yeah, they do a bit. Feel free to grab your chest. Just ignore that one. We're going to use him in just a second while we're waiting for AV to build a job page out of the east.
It's weird killing those mobs after the board is throwing me off. I feel like we're going. Supposed to go to support.
We're just zooming.
That's great. I feel we need to go to support again.
So you do have some time now, about 5 minutes till support's portals turn red. So feel free to take a break. We can reapply shell, but that is all that's needed. We don't need protect from this point, as the majority of the damage is magical.
You want to play dodge the Calvary now?
It's fighting the traps for the intel. No one's
Please tell
helping me.
Please tell me you're not bringing that into EV again.
No, not this run. This is the first run.
This is a nice and friendly friend. No memes.
But I am playing dodge the
As much as Takir would want. Takir wants Vikings and Calcus.
I'm in here fighting for
He
my
told me.
life, and VA
By
Dad's
the way,
laughing
for
at me.
First, you went too far.
this kind of thing, what happens in run, it's called the monster match. You're gonna fight all the mobs in these rooms at the same time, the hallway mobs all at the same time, meaning 30 plus, 40 plus mobs at the same time.
Mark, I like how last night you were like, we can throw more in this, and started to add more to your own monster.
So what you're saying is So what you're saying is every DPS bring death and kill sprites immediately.
Oh no, I'm gonna die, actually.
What the hell is happening over there?
Here, what are you doing?
I got slept in double creamed by 2 Vikings. But that's
You're
the whole
still
thing, you know.
being this.
You don't get to use death, you have to use DPS, like, you get sleep, you get paralyzed, you can do that kind of stuff, but you dodge them again. Actually, I think this one, my healer's playing games. I got suddenly yanked.
Hey, my whole party's playing games.
No, I think the next one we want to have is we can't use paralyze. You can try to interrupt it like holy and whatnot, but once the mechanics start going off, you need to be able to dodge. No paralyze gonna help nobody. You're gonna see those mechanics. And you're gonna be like, why? Why?
Should we all just have tank stance on for AV again?
Take stance on?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You forgot to mention it, but once you throw the last couple refreshers on your party, if you're a healer and you don't want to use that refresh point anymore, you can switch off. Or you can hold on to it, and then if you need to switch to sacrifice, you can do it, then switch to the cool plate afterwards. That's what I tend to do. You got
Thanks
that.
for the shield and shell.
Pop that refresh plate for a battle sack, then you battle sack, and then throw on the big plate afterwards.
Battle sack just sounds dirty.
Ask any healer, it feels so good.
Shower.
Let me just kneel down and give you a taste of the battle sack.
Sorry, our healers be like.
That is why I heal you.
Like I said, I will say this one. I don't. It's not a joke, but I find that most of my little players. Alan found out. Most people ask a healer, but we tend to just DE as a open kind of. I mean, courtesy. We let the healer. Plus, most healers are used to it. We've kind of the healers have gotten that way. It is a bannable offense on other data centers to DE without telling your healer.
And it's not even changing, just regular DE.
I found out today that on both of the servers that do Europe, the European ones, they don't let anyone talk about parsing, which I thought was ridiculous. It's like we not only DE chain, but we want to like try and push it past somebody else. They don't even let people talk about it. And I'm like, well, they probably see all their faces on Ozma.
I thought that was kind of fun. Like, we use everything we can on Run.
I think it's fun to theory craft and be like, how can we push DPS? Like, they would never, like, I think it was Volk that figured out, like, DE chaining and all that. And it's like, they're not doing that at all. It's fun to kill as fast as you possibly can, in my opinion.
Makes it a lot less stressful when you don't see any mechanics.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's the variety of ways you can kill bosses and things here.
What's the biggest thing? We did like the all tank run where we knew we were going to see more mechanics, but I feel like you can't do that if you're not going to theorycraft how to do damage to the tank?
Go ahead.
Can somebody from support let me know when you're all in?
We're pretty much all in.
Okay. So, Indoms, if you want to do a quick refresh, I'll just do some explanations, and by then, support will probably have made their way over. I'm in water if you want to refresh with me. Plenty of traps to choose from, though. Just Indom tanks. Alright, we can just... So, we only need to remember one mechanic for AV before we head into the fight, and everything else will be handled in the callouts. Turbulent Ether. When the cast for this finishes, you'll want to stay close to AV, ideally spread out within his hitbox, as several people will be tethered with an orb, either light or dark, and you want to make it easy to see if you're one of those people. You don't want to resolve this immediately, though, because second, what he's going to do is a large telegraphed conal, and this is why we're staying close to them. Bait the conal, then immediately after you do, if you're one of the tethered people, you'll move to one of the puddles in the room that are going to spawn at inner cardinals, and wait there and soak the orb. You'll get to a puddle that is the opposite color of your orb, and that puddle is going to protect you and shield you from the damage down and the damage. If you're unable to get to a puddle, because these have a limited time and they will despawn, the best option is to instead get to the closest edge of the arena and switch to Magi defense. It's important that we don't let these pop off in main raid, as they do a ton of damage and apply damage down. So always try and take that solo if you can't get to a puddle. Once we are all ready, we'll step past the purple line. If you want bravery, you can move over to the left, just in front of the purple line, and if you have it, you can move to the right. If we can have somebody passing that out, that would be great. And if there's anybody still down the hallway, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll assume we're all here. Is there anybody still making plates? Please let me know.
Hello?
Hello.
How far along the explanations are you?
We're done. We're
finished.
getting ready.
We're done. Let's go.
Sorry, who has bravery?
Looks like we might have somebody pass it. Yeah, looks like we have somebody pass it. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Take a bravery.
Thank you, Carlotta.
And from this point on, we're gonna do 45-second countdowns. Yeah.
Let me know a little bit ahead of time because I'm gonna scam the double-edged plate I'm on right now and then go into the focus.
Okay. Yeah, so we can do a 50 then in that case. But we're gonna go by the duty information. If you look under that, conquer Baldesion Arsenal. We'll be using that timer.
Sorry, the name of the attack where we crowd around him is again?
Turbulent Ether.
Thank you.
That's the only cast that you need to remember. Everything else, I will let you know in the callouts as it goes.
You should be around him all the time, though. I don't know if Green said that. Melee
Okay,
range
so
is better.
looks like we're passing out some braveries. Still. So I'll give this another minute, and then we will get things started. Yeah, thank you to the people who are bravery. That 10% damage really helps out. The fairy buff, food, if you don't already have it active, anything you can do. And maybe we can kill them before the trip run. So we are going to do a 50-second countdown, and then we're going to start it at 60-50. So in about 30 seconds from right now, we'll start that 50. All right, we're pulling in about 1 minute from now. Seconds starting now. And if you don't have Endom or Guardian, make sure you turn that tank stance back off. Endoms we can just stack on the other side of the boss. 20. And 5, 4, ultimate time happen. After this, it's going to create some puddles, and these will double in size. You might want to be careful. Puddles are doubling in size. Watch how they grow. Distance yourself from them. After they expand, relax back in the melee range of 80. Close to 80. Stay close to the middle of the room for the next one. We're getting to the light side of the room. Stand on the light side. Light side. He's going to do a tank buster next on the cast. Stay away from your main tanks. Buster is an AoE. And after this, we're going to get another set of puddles. 2 different colors this time. One color is going to double in size, and the other is staying the same size. So we're getting close to one and away from it. You're getting close to light and away from the dark. Close to light and away from the dark. There's no melee. Get away from the dark colors. And then we're going to immediately raise light in about 3 hours. And then we're going to be seeing Turbulent Ether. Stay close to AV. Within his hitbox, spread out your wrist. See if you are tethered. Do not resolve your tether yet. Wait for Medusa's Javelin, and then go for your tether. Your tether, sidestep the Javelin. Now resolve your orb and a puddle of the opposite color. Then get away from your main tanks. There's also a tank buster. And then finish off the boss. Off the box. Away from the tanks. Nice. Alright, we do have 1 sack to do, so healers, just one of you can volunteer. That would be appreciated. And we'll go ahead and get over to the owls right away.
That was some
Great job.
impressive damage.
Yeah, very. I killed it before the raid wides even. Very impressive DPS.
Got double 16 stacks.
Definitely some people bumping.
Yeah, I had double-edged Marshalless running.
Everyone's up, by the way.
Cool. So the owls, we want to be careful that we don't over debuff them. They do a dangerous cast on the properties of darkness, and if we over debuff them, we will not be able to stun or sleep that cast. And that will remove a beneficial effect from everybody nearby the owls. We'll go ahead and pull the first one. Just be ready to stun or sleep that. What's that? Yeah. Saw you out there. Because it's the last owl, you can line up on the bridge for a shell refresh if you need it. 15 minutes or more is more than enough if you already have shell. Once you have shell, you can head just past this doorway without touching the portal to head down. If you do head down there and Ozma is really full, you'll be trapped. So you do so at your own risk. I'm going to wait just a couple moments for the cutscenes, and then I'll get right into explanations, and they will be very brief. Only going into the core mechanics of the fight, and everything else will be handled in the callouts. We can just do a really quick refresh here on knobs, and then get right back. Okay, so the first mechanic you need to remember is Black Hole. When you hear this called, you will simply stand on any one of the 6 blue buttons of the Ozma Arena and wait there until the mechanic resolves. It's as simple as that. We need at least one person on each of these buttons, but the most important part is that you yourself are on a button. The second big mechanic is meteors. And the meteors are going to show up as a red arrow over your head and a purple AoE around you if you have one. And it'll always be on 2 people per platform. Wiggle around and jump to see if it's you with the meteor. And if it is, you'll either take it to the 1 or 2 way marker, 1 each. Can I refresh with 5 AJ button? Let's see. Find out. Yeah. Or sign over here.
Shell, check all, keep everything on, take it with no gear.
Okay, never mind, I'll spin. 1 second, sorry about that.
Be into defense.
So, meteors. So if you have one of the meteors, the way to resolve the meteor marker is to place it at either the 1 or 2 way markers, which are going to be located at the back of your platform and to the right on the ring. Back and to the right. Never go left with meteors. This will result in an overload. The meteors will drop a proximity marker in their place once they disappear, so you'll want to distance yourself from them. And if you ever hear the call out overload, that means that one of the meteors has been misplaced. So if this is for your platform, take a look around and see where those meteors are. Distance is going to increase your chance of survival the most. But in addition to this, you can pop any personal mitigations you have, switch to melee defense, and tanks you can also limit break. With all this in combination, you can survive an overload. So be listening for that call out. And finally is acceleration bombs. And these will show up in your debuffs bar if you have one. To resolve an Excel bomb, you need to stop all action and movement when the debuff ticks down from 1 to 0 seconds. If you are taking an action or movement when the debuff is ticking down, the bomb's going to explode in an AoE, dealing 90% max HP damage and applying a damage down to you and everyone around you. So again, if you have the Excel bomb debuff, just sheath your weapon, disengage, stand still, let the debuff expire, and then you can go back to what you're doing. In just a moment here, we have a shell being passed out. We're going to start heading down to our platforms. But when we do, make sure you do so carefully. Stay away from the ledges and do not target the boss. We don't want to early pull. That can be very detrimental as we only get 1 shot for the fight. But we're going to split up as follows. We're going to have groups 1 and 2 northwest, 3 and 4 northeast platform, and 5 and 6 south. Support, you will also be northeast. And ready, party leaders can go ahead and raid check and let me know in yellow columns for each group. And main tanks, double check that you are staying strong as you come back. Each main tank, which will be the one standing on the blue button of your platform, is going to be the responsibility of every healer on that platform. So make sure you make a focus target or whatever you got to do. Send some heals away.
Group 4 ready.
Cool.
Okay, group 2. I don't know who the healers are, but
Oh, there's a lot of tanks doing stupid things. A lot of them involve the
Like half the squad is doing stupid things.
So, how's group 2? Oh, group 2 is good. Okay, so it looks like we're all ready. So we're gonna start. What's that? 4. I thought somebody from 4 said something.
Can I try something on your front green?
What's that?
4 is ready.
Okay.
So,
What do you want to try, Mike?
anyone that's a melee DPS, one on each platform. Now, one melee DPS from each party will stand in the exact spot I am. If you walk up to pause, there will be a point where you can start your DCD. X in the corner just creep up. It's right on
Lay it on the edge. We're gonna get ready to do a 50-second countdown, and we're gonna start that in 20 seconds from now. So it'll be at 70, 50. We'll start at 50.
Essentially, you can melee
Yeah, I like that. Also, if you're like a samurai, you could stand off the platform if you're gonna do like a Madari thing. So get ready to do 50, starting now. I don't know what happened to Naya. Naya, where'd you go?
Can you please bring back Naya?
Takir. Here, please.
Naya, say something in chat so Takir can rewrite you.
My God.
Oh my god.
This party.
5 seconds.
30 seconds. Take a nice deep breath, everyone. Just relax and enjoy yourselves.
I can't even breathe at all.
I know, right?
This is my first clear, or my first run another way clear.
I'm so scared. 20 seconds.
I pooped my pants.
TMI.
TMI.
10 seconds. 5, 4, and let's get started. And we're taking heavy autos at the start of the clock. Autos, reprisals, and feints cycle the L times during sphere phase. Range, go ahead and pre-position at the back of the platform. And melee, be ready to move as soon as Ozma starts changing shapes. Everyone gets it back to platform right now. Get it back to your platforms. And when we're going to return, we're going to do so as a group. We're stacked for 3 auto attacks. Afterwards, there's going to be a knockback from the blue button in the center of the platform. Use the gold ring around it and aim yourself to get knocked straight to Ozma. You can also use knockback mitigation. Get knocked to Ozma or knockback mitigate. Use the ring and knock the button itself. Remain stacked as a group for 3 more attacks. And then we're going to split into our black hole buttons. Range should prioritize the one to the right, and melee the one in the center of your platform. Make sure, above all else, you're standing on the button. Get ready to get to a button. Black hole, stand on any button. Get to the closest button. Safe to return. Next is an introduction to shades. And we're either getting off or to the back of the platform. Shades are up. And we're going to get to the back of the platform. Take the back of the platform and hug it with shade. Make your way back. Next will be a shade followed by an auto transformation. It'll be 2 minutes. Quick succession. Shades are up. And first, we are getting to the back of the platform. Go to the back of the platform. We're going to wait here. Pop your sprint now. And then we're going to hug Ozma. Hug Ozma right now. Party to the left. Main tanks to the right. Main tanks can move to the first wards. Everybody else avoid these. Main tanks avoid stack numbers. There's going to be a holy knockback from Ozma. Make sure you're not near a ledge. And we'll have some free damage here. We'll get that holy knockback again, and it's going to be paired with a stack. We're either going to C or D, and that appears with the shade. Shades are up. And we are moving to D. Get to D. Stacking at D. Holy knockback. Do not go too close to the edge. And make your way back. Party left. Main tanks right. We have 4 auto attacks. So this is black hole. That's 1, 2, 3. Get ready for your black hole buttons. 4. Black hole. Get to your button. Black hole right now. And just finish this off. Almost fell.
Oh, that was
That was
freaking
definitely,
amazing.
we definitely could have killed if we would have stayed.
Is that it?
That's it. That's BA.
Okay,
Holy
so
jeez.
Wait,
So much
So much worse.
Everybody else different. This volume is extremely fast. 90% of the difficult mechanic you did not see because Q6 is the easy thing. You essentially, I was saying, you cleared it. You did not experience it.
Yeah, when I mentioned that you should prioritize DPS actions, that's why. If you bring the DPS, you won't see the mechanics, and it's just a nice smooth ride. But thank you all for coming. Make sure that if this is your first clear, can't even talk anymore. You grab that chest before you leave, and when you exit, use the portal. finish up your quest line. Then once you do, you'll be able to get the mount for Ozma outside in the achievements menu or in Gridania. And I hope you all had a good time, and I hope to all see you in the next one. Take good care of yourselves. Yeah.
I got the idea. Your run just made the Halloween one for me. We're gonna do Ozma where it's enrage kill. Not a matter of we can kill it fast.
Enrage kill?
We're not
We
allowed
kill
to
it during enrage?
We're not allowed to kill Ozma on Halloween until he starts casting.
You can do one worse than that. You can say you're not allowed to kill Ozma until after the enrage goes off and everyone dies, and whoever bounces can kill.
I mean, we could do something.
I'm into that.
we could do something insane, but like, I don't want to have everyone be level first on these things, but the idea is just like, I mean, you can bring weird plates. You can have, like, we have a lot of the DPS, like you just saw what's running. Like, you can just have people playing around, just going to different platforms, moving around, rotating. Like, I know we do rotating platforms, but let's be honest, if we kill the fight as fast as we did here, it's not a hell of a lot of rotating. If you bring it all the way to enrage, I mean, you can get some one active stuff.
Thank you, by the way, for hosting this.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. Can't do BA runs without other people, you know? And it's just it's a pretty lighthearted experience. Nothing too complicated. I think Mark put it best where it's really good gateway content if you've never done Savage or Ultimate Raids or anything like that. A lot of stuff that you'll see in other places.
Honestly, I was expecting it to be a lot more of a deal, but this was actually really, really fun and just chill, which I enjoyed a lot.
I'm glad to hear that.
Oh yeah, I like this.
I like that healing parts on Ozma.
Yeah.
Because I literally...
All the memers in your party.
I started cheesing, and I was like, I'm gonna just push my bar, start spamming Cure 3. Like,
that's all I do when I play White Mage.
I mean, I usually don't try to push the healing parts, but I'm like, this is the perfect opportunity.
There is a lot of content in the game that is trivialized by high DPS, which is why ultimates are so tightly item level locked.
Yeah, we're, well, they didn't, the biggest thing with this is that they didn't, when they did the whole stat squish, they didn't change Eureka at all. So the potencies are so abusable of actions.
Well, they were still abusable.
Oh, they were, but now, I mean, you can solo prep Ceto with a plate bearer and DE on a melee. You couldn't do that in Shadowbringers.
Do it with 2 warriors.
You could, but this is a DPS doing it.
Yeah, Playbearer DE is actually way better than 2 warriors now. Protect and Shell are just insane because they're just scaling in flat values. You just used to die in like 2 ticks at DE before instead of 3. It's a huge difference.
Isn't the fact that it's difficult or it's hard, it's unforgiving, especially if you have lots of dusts and you go and people.
Yeah.
But it gives you that sense of difficulty via that. But the content also has that shining quality where it's think of any other party finder stuff. Anything kind of current or semi-current, it's difficult. It's like you wipe, you restart. You wipe, you restart. The content in here may be somewhat easy, but it's getting to it, understanding it, having 54 people go through it. It's, what's the word? Man, I'm losing my train of thought.
Well, it is very
I would have.
It's very unforgiving because it punishes anyone who thinks they can make mechanics their second priority.
No, this was the thing. DRS, all the big things. It's like you make one mistake, you wipe, you start again, you start again. This content is very difficult and unforgiving in the aspect of like the Osmo fight and getting sucked out.
Yeah, if you're done, you're done.
It gives you that thing that you can strive for. Like things bad can happen, but you can pull it out. Like you don't need perfect execution to do the run. Like, you can scrap, you can fight, and you can make it work. Like there's not a lot of content in here that allows you to do that. Like Ultimate's like you died at this point, no, just go like this, start again. This is like, can you make it work? Yeah. Did you bring an extra plate with Cure on it? Yeah. Did your healers die? Yeah. Are you gonna do it? Yes. Like you get that kind of that meld of like shit happens, but you can make it work.
Just throw the healers under the bus there.
Hey,
Well, no, the
healers-
big difference is, I said the big difference is if you have people that are like abusing actions and stuff like that in BA, then they're making up for any healers not doing damage. Like in our party, we had 4 people that were chaining, so 2 healers doesn't make up for that damage that they're making, and it is worth it.
Yeah, chemicals still even here. Of course, chemicals chemical bring these ways. Yeah, chemical. I'm using it as an example. They're showing off being the Swiss Army knife. There was a run explicitly that I remember that a main tank died going into Q's thing. And chemical over here as a healer popped a incense, which is essentially tank stance, and plate bearer. Both Ozma pulled it to the side and tanked the tank busting autos as a healer.
I'm having
Like,
more
you can
fun with
make things work.
BA. Yeah, I'm having more fun with BA post Endwalker than I was beforehand, just because we can abuse things like that so much, and it's like you can experiment so much more and do things like that, where we couldn't do that before. Like Plate Bearer was useless in BA, and now it's like you can do stuff like that, where have a healer be a full tank.
Plate bearer is always useless in BA until you know what plate bearer is and how you can abuse
Yeah,
it.
but I mean now it's like
Abuse it,
having a healer tank is fully viable with Plate Bearer. It's like
Just
that just means
remember,
there's
any-
more room for more DPS.
Any host out there, if they need to make skirmisher, martialist, thing. That's all you need to tell them. It can be made with conceptuals, fundamentals, it's beautiful, it's perfect, and everybody can use it in there. It's how you get your offense played. And it makes it even better is 70% is death and skirmish.
All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and call it a night there. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you all had a good time. Here's another BA run. We've gotten so many of them under our belt at this point that
Oh, thank you for the run, everyone. I'm gonna take off.
it's become pretty easy.
Yeah, have a good night.
Y'all have a good night.
Think of a Halloween run, and I think it was going to be 2 Halloween.